for a while, but I know some people make a day of it.
Okay, well,
Yes.
I'm recording it so we can post it later, so
Okay.
it's fine.
Okay.
I will say
Yeah,
I was.
it is a little more. It's a little more pixelated than it normally is.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's probably the internet. I mean, I can still see you. Okay.
Come on. Oh. Okay, he's gonna pee.
Getting everything done here. That's something I was never able to understand is, you see saddle seat people at shows, they make their horses stand like that as part of the show. I've never understood what that was supposed to be about. Is it they're trying to lower their back to make it easier to get on or what?
Yeah, I don't know. That is weird.
They call it parking out or something. It's a strange thing to do to a horse.
Pay attention.
But then everything that saddle seat people do is strange. Strange and against nature.
Okay, and walk. And walk. Good boy.
Nice active walk. Very nice. Remember how he used to poke around?
Yeah.
Really nice.
Come on. I know it's your poop.
It's really nice.
And walk. And walk. Good boy.
You can go ahead and trot.
Ready? Oh, you almost fell there, dude. Because you're acting silly. And trot.
Very good. Then how right from the beginning now, how nicely he flexes his hocks behind. Remember how straight he used to move back there. Excellent. How quickly his belly comes right up. Very nice. And go ahead and ask him for a canter.
Ready? Canter. Canter.
Very nice. Very good. Very good. And let him trot again.
And trot.
And again back to a walk.
And walk. Good boy.
Very, very nice. And you can halt and change directions.
And whoa.
You could do much better than that.
Oops. Good boy. Walk on. Walk on. There you go. Good boy.
And you can ask him to trot.
Ready? And trot. Good job.
Very nice. Very nice. Excellent trot. And give him a little bit of canter in this direction.
Ready? Canter.
And back to a trot.
And trot.
A nice canter these days.
Yeah, that was really nice, wasn't it?
Both directions. That's the best it's been in both directions, I think. That's how you want it to be. And let him walk again.
And walk. Good job. Walk on.
And go ahead and halt and put your side reins on. That's fantastic.
And whoa. Good job.
What a good boy, Calvin. Looks like he's looking right at me.
I know. He's like, huh. Who is this guy on the TV?
Most of my animals don't pay attention to television set, but I have one cat that every time I'm watching TV just gets and sits right next to me and watches TV the whole time I'm watching it.
I love that.
My TV buddy.
Our dog Charlotte, sometimes we'd have like something horse on, and she would totally get into it, and she'd be like running behind the TV trying to figure out, where are these animals that I'm seeing. She was pretty funny. Welcome.
Let's keep that walk going for a couple minutes.
Boy.
Very nice. Keep that walk going. You're starting to soften into it really nicely now.
Boy.
Yeah, that's coming really nicely. And go ahead and trot.
Ready? And trot.
Good. Very nice. Excellent. Now bring your circle just a little smaller, so you're more like a 15-meter circle, like 5 feet in on each side. Good. And let him walk again.
Walk. Good boy. Walk on. Yeah. Good boy.
Keep that going. Yeah, good. As you come to the center line there, go ahead and halt and change directions.
Whoa. Whoa, Calvin. Whoa. Always a good problem in a way to have when he doesn't want to stop. Because I always had the opposite problem for so long.
Right, slam on the brakes.
Come on. Walk on.
Keep that going. Good. Just try to feel your line just a little bit on his mouth there, a little bit, so you keep it slack out a little more, and try to move his hindquarters out just a little bit more.
Come on. Walk on. That's a boy.
That's getting better. And go ahead and trot.
Ready? And trot.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent there. Good. Very good. Now let him walk again.
And walk. Oh boy.
Better downward transition that time. Very nice. Nicely into a working walk again. Now go ahead and stop. I want to see what happens. Let's take the side range 3 holes shorter on either side. Let me see what that does.
Okay. I think they might be at the smallest, actually.
Oh, really? If they are, are they the smallest? Okay, what you can do is just unhook it from the bit and just wrap it through the donut once. So just like unhook it and then take the rein itself right through the donut and back out the other side to shorten it. Little quick trip. Oh. Yeah. So in other words, down here, so you're going to unhook it, okay. And then you're going to in other words, you're going to strap it through itself. But not up there. What's that?
I have a little more on this strap, actually. Should I try and bring it up from this strap first?
Probably doesn't look like it's going to be enough, because if we do this, we can then lengthen it. So go ahead and do it the other way, unless you have, it doesn't look like there's enough to go to where I want to be. So if you bring the donut and just wrap it through the donut once and see what that gives you. It's a little trick when make a quick adjustment. And you probably need to make it a little bit longer once you've done that, because that's probably going to be a little more than 3
I was going to say, I think it actually does look pretty tight now.
Yeah, so take it out a couple of holes and out the other end. Not too bad. So take it like 2 holes longer. And just be sure you wrap the other one exactly the same way that you did this one, so that they'll be the same.
Okay. Are they almost? No, I guess they're a little bit different. It's like they almost look the same now.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll start with that, and then we'll see if we need to shorten them again. Do the same thing. That's a little bit shorter than it was. Oh.
I know. You're like, you're fussing. What are you doing, Mom? Okay, there we go.
Try that and let's see what he does.
Okay.
We may need to change it again, but let's.
Okay, walk on.
This is just a test to see if he's ready to bring his pole up a little bit more. Yeah, it's a little bit too short. Let's lengthen them out a couple of holes. That's quite a bit shorter than where we were.
Okay. Okay, this is driving me crazy, this mic. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear you. I mean, I can hear you talking. I don't hear anything else. Just keep that walk going for a moment. There we go. Good. Starting to relax into it. Good, that's coming around nicely. Keep that going in the walk for a moment. Good. Keep the walk going. Good, that's coming around. Now go ahead and trot. Good. Very good. Keep that going. Very good. Very good. Keep that. Very nice. Good. And I noticed that his pole is about 6 inches higher than it was before, which tells me he's ready to do this. This is good. Keep it going. Very nice. Very good. Yeah. Very good. Excellent. Now, once again, bringing your circle just a little bit smaller, so you're more like a 15-meter circle, maybe 5 feet in on each side, keeping his hindquarters out. Good. Good. And you can see that he's struggling a little bit here, but within the realm of possibility. Keep going. A little bit harder for him. Good. 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 Keep that going. Good. Very good.
He's connecting. We're back.
Okay. Can you hear me? Oh, wait.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I did the other side.
Oh,
It took me.
how'd that?
It went very well, actually. It took me a little while to realize you weren't there, so I kept going and going on the other side, and I was like, "Okay, I think that's probably enough."
I wasn't sure.
But it went really
Okay.
well at that lake on both sides. Actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. So that's you can slowly start coming back up to that,
Okay.
just like we did today. Take it in 3 steps, all the way down, and medium like you were, and then bringing them up to that higher step.
Okay.
But that was really nice.
No,
Being
it was
there at
really
the end,
nice. Yeah.
it was so much fuller size. So really getting a really good working trot. And if he could do it, that means he's ready to do it. If he wasn't, he would have just slowed down or started really fighting with his head, if it was too high. But if he settled into it nicely, it was just what he needed to do.
Both sides. I was really kind of amazed at how well that went.
Yeah. When they're right, you know it because they do it right. Easily.
Oops. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to throw sand at you.
I'll be right back while you're getting on.
Okay.
Need to get there. Something else on the line.
Just bad internet today? I think it's the Super Bowl. Huh. You're scaring Calvin with your your robotic. Yeah. He's like, what's that noise? Why does Dad sound like a robot? Just do me a favor. If you're going to crouch down there every once in a while, like when you get up and back down, just make it known that that's what you're doing. Because he gets a little weirded out when you...
There we go. It's freezing in my house all of a sudden. Temperature is like dropping like crazy.
Oh, wow. We're super excited. In fact, I was actually thinking this is like the warmest it's been in quite a few days. He's probably
That's right.
dying in a way because it's 50 degrees in here. It hasn't been that warm in a long time.
Well, we had 2 days of 80-degree weather, and now it's dropped back into the 50s. And it feels really cold.
It's funny in a way. It's all relative, right? Because I'm like, it's 50 degrees. It feels so warm.
I know.
Hey, this way. Okay, well. No, I don't have anything. I know.
Now, is Ron still out here with you? Just to say he keeps close to this because this picture is just frozen again.
Calvin, you probably don't want to stand over the mounting block.
I can't see any of this. So.
No. He's like literally straddling the mounting block. I'm like, that's not going to work.
I've seen more than one person end up with a mounting block under the horse and end up going off because of it.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm so tall, I never had to use mounting blocks.
That's actually nice. I never see a Western rider use a mounting block, but I guess they also have longer stirrups, but also shorter horses.
Yeah, exactly. They're usually riding 15 two-hand horses. I still have no picture here. I mean, I have a picture, but it's frozen.
Ron, did you hear that? Well, you're missing the lovely walk.
I may miss most of this lesson.
Come on.
I guess too many people are watching the Super Bowl or something.
I didn't even think of that when we scheduled this, that it might be a bad day for internet. It's the most watched thing, I think, in the United States, which is kind of crazy.
Amazing. I'm probably one of the only males in the world that I've never seen an entire football game in my entire life.
Well, I can't say that for Ron, but he's close. Ron's not interested either. I'm more of a, like, I guess growing up in Buffalo, we always had the team that never makes it. So there's an element of it that's kind of fun.
Yeah, same thing. I mean, I went to a school that didn't have football teams, and when I went to high school, and football wasn't. Well, I was saying my father was a horseman, and my father was born in 1904, so
yeah,
football wasn't a big thing. Most people forget that the biggest spectator sport before World War II was horses. Polo was the #1 spectator sport in the world.
That's crazy, right?
Or anybody watched, And then they ate all the horses. Yeah, nice big walk. Just kind of soften him into even a deeper stretch there for a moment. Just to be sure he'll go all the way down. Part of the picture now. Nice. Now just go ahead and turn by the center line, do a leg yield to the right. It's a really nice active step. Even he may not be all the way down or whatever, but he's still got a nice active step over his back. Start to bring him up a little bit there like that. It's perfectly fine.
He was very interested.
Nice active...
He was very interested in what Ron was doing down the aisleway. That was part of it, I think. Did you say leg yield? That's what I'm doing, but
yeah, exactly. The leg yield there. That's for a little more stepping over. Needs to step over a little more. Kind of walking on a diagonal line there more. Go ahead and do that again by the center line. And you can go ahead and start to shorten your range there a little bit and bring them up a little bit. Beginning to bring them into a working walk. And of course, we use those leg yields to do that. Once again, to keep him up and ask him to soften a little more. There we go, much better that time. Now we're getting a step under the body. Good, I like that. Very nicely done, but really nice active step in this walk. That's probably the best walk I've seen him do in terms of just keeping that nice active step like that. That's really nice. And just come on up into that working walk. And do that one more time. Ask for a little more step over. For some reason when he turns down the center, there you go. Now you're starting to get it. There you go, like that. Don't want to throw out the shoulder too much. Now we're going to do that one more time down the center line. This time I want you to keep his pole up a little bit and try to soften him at the jaw and pole a little more and see if we can get a little more of a working walk. Although that's coming already very nicely now. That's starting to get there. And we'll do that one. Actually, just go ahead and do a shoulder in down the next one side rather than the leg yield. And go ahead and begin to shorten your range a little bit. Bring him up. And just kind of think about how it worked when you were doing this from the ground. You know, the side range, as Nuno Oliveira used to say, the most important thing you do is just limit the length of the rein, just like a pair of side reins. The best hand, his quote was, the best hands in the world work just like a pair of side reins. They just limit the length of the rein without doing much else. That's really nice now, really good. Now go ahead and keep that working walk and change the rein across the diagonal. Love the activity of this walk today.
mic is crackling a lot, so I'm just going to turn my mic off.
Okay. If we need to talk about something, we can always stop. As long as you can hear me. Go ahead and turn by the center line there and leg yield to the left. Really good. This side's always a little bit easier for him. That's really nice right there. Now that's just how we'd like it. Notice he's not throwing that shoulder out. The other direction, he has a tendency to kind of throw his shoulder over a little too far. But this side's really nice. Now go ahead and shorten your range and try to bring him up a little bit in the pole. Once again, so we're going to shorten him up and go on to a circle there for a moment. And every circle should feel like a bit of a leg yield, or leg yielding to find our circle size. Good. Keep that active walk. Get a little more contact with your outside range, a little looser than your inside, and let them both come up a little bit. Shorten them just a little bit more. Keep your body where it is. So when you shorten the range, don't move your upper body like that. There you go. You ask him to come up. Think about how he looked in that working walk when we brought him up there before. The pole was a little bit higher. Like that. Good. That's coming better. Keep it there. Soften him a little bit with your outside range. So it's not always the inside rein that we soften with. When I say soften, of course, you know what I mean by that, just giving and taking. You're basically trying to soften his jaw a little bit to see if it can. You're in the right place and have the right level of impulsion. That's coming better. Ask for a little bit more. See if we can soften his jaw and get a little more flexion from him now. Good, that's coming. There we go. That's coming nicely. But I love the activity of his walk today. This is by far the best walk I've seen him do. Go ahead and go large again in the walk. Try to maintain that. And as you straighten, when you get to the long side, of course, you're going to straighten him with your outside rein. So we always have to bring the shoulder off the rail a little bit and be sure that we position the front of the horse in front of the back part. The hips are wider than the front, of course. Gotten so much better about his bathroom habits. Good job there. And once again, a little touch of your legs to bring them up underneath you, keeping that same working walk. So that whatever we do, we're always balancing the effect of our hands with the effect of our legs. We never want to impose them. So we don't have to throw the reins away when we use our legs. But we don't want them to be active. So use your leg, your hand is basically passive, and then you soften that impulse and you feel the impulse go through them. Now go ahead and shoulder in down this long side and use the shoulder in as a moment to ask him to soften and come up a little bit and get a little more flexion to the jaw and pull. That's what these exercises are for, like that. Good, right there. Really nice. Keep that. Really nice. Right there. Excellent. Keep that. Really good walk right there. All the way down the long side. Keep softening them a little bit. We always have to be analyzing what's happening underneath us. A nice active step. And now circle here in the working walk. Now try not to let him flatten when you go onto the circle. Try to keep it the same step. And if you feel like he is flattening a little bit, put him a little more shoulder 4 on your circle to get him a little more active. So you can ask him to be active, and that activity will lift up underneath you instead of just running forward. Ask him to soften the jaw and pull just a little bit more. Working on that a little bit, keeping the activity. There you go. Yeah, kind of keep working that, getting there. That's it. And go large in the walk again. Again, a little tap just to get a little more energy, kind of flattened a little bit now. Now let's go ahead and give him a stretch one. So down this long side, go ahead and let him stretch all the way down. And when you do, lengthen the walk. So as you let him down, use your legs alternately and ask for a bigger swing. It really steps through. So we really kind of refresh the back, if you will, like that. Yeah. Good. Now on your circle there, bringing him back up into the working walk. You've got a good step now, so all I want to change is just the position of the head and neck and coming up. So keep everything else working just as it is. So as you bring him up, you may need to touch again with your legs and then soften him again a little bit with the reins. Ask for just a little more impulsion. Maybe give him a little tap with the whip. Go large again, and once again, shoulder in down the next long side. Good. Good. Now keep that. Now you got a really good walk right now. Keep that right there. Now ride a 15-meter circle. So not the biggest circle you can get, but rather a little bit smaller. Now he's starting to flatten now, so keep him up in your outside range. So as you start thinking about your circle, you got to keep him running underneath you. A little tap. There you go. Keep it up. Keep his pole in the same place where it was before. Make those little adjustments. Yeah, like that. Really nice. So that's how real dressage differs from good. Keep that. Keep it up there a little bit more again. Another circle. That was really good. You know, the way many people train horses is to try to fix them, you know, so that they never change their position. Of course, to make it easy for people to ride. If the horse is fixed in a hollow frame, they kind of stay there. That, good job. Now when you get back to the rail again, shoulder in. Use the shoulder in. That's really good now. That's a good working walk now. That's coming really nicely. Again, shoulder in before he loses it. Feel how you can feel his back up underneath you and that shoulder in. That's what we're looking for. And you can get a little more flexion. That's what these exercises are for. Really good. Really good there. Really good. Now go straight down the center line and change the rein. Always a good idea to occasionally go straight down the center line so they don't think every time we go down the center line we're going to do a leg heel, because sometimes we want to go straight. So anytime you feel a horse anticipating something, you've done something quite a bit, which is why we don't do the same thing a lot over and over and over again, because they start anticipating everything. We want them to wait for us and tracking to the left, and then right away shoulder in down this long side. You got a little bit flat on that turn, so now use your shoulder in to get a little more power. Look at something there. That's it. Maybe shorten those reins a little bit. Look like they got a little bit long. Keep that shoulder in. Good. There you go. Now you're getting it like that. Much better. Keep that. Good. Much better walk now, right there. Keep that. Every time he pops up, you just soften him a little bit. Go ahead and go large now on that walk. Good. And again, shoulder in on the next long side. And once again, use your shoulder in to establish that working walk a little better. Keep his back up. Ask him to soften the jaw and pole a little bit there, like that. Really good. Now walking a 15-meter circle and maintain that frame. Yeah, good job. Keep that. Keep that. Good. Keep that walk. Really good. Now bring his shoulders a little bit more to the middle there a little bit. He's kind of trailing his hindquarters out to into the inside a little bit. So make your circle round. Bring his shoulders a little more to the left on your circle there. So in other words, we want to get both ends of him on the same circle. So he's not pulling the shoulders to the outside. They do that because it makes it easier to flatten out for them. Like that. It's much better now. Really good. There. Excellent work. Excellent. Keep that. There. Really good. Really good. Keep that right there. Keep it. Just like that. That's really good. Good. Now we're going to do something that we haven't done before. You're going to go down the next long side and you're going to ask him to halt. Really good. As you halt, you stretch up and just keep softening with your reins. Don't let it become rigid. And let him halt there. Good. Now we're just going to do a step or two of rein back. Now don't do anything till I tell you. So what you're going to do first is incline your upper body a little bit forward. Take your reins a little bit shorter. And then put your both legs, go back a little bit, and then close your legs. Good. Give a little touch with your leg. And again, give him a little tap. Good. Take another step back. Good. There you go. Not bad. And walk on. The first attempt, that's not bad. Now go ahead and walk on again. Step up underneath you again. So when the rein back is really good and they're ready to do it, just like he did, he started to come right back as soon as you did that. So when we open the back door, that's why we lean forward a little bit to take our pressure off of the seat. So the horse feels that the seat opens up a little bit. So they'll tend to flow backwards if they have real impulsion, which he did there for a couple of steps. So good job. Keep that up. Now go ahead and let him have a stretch all the way down and open that up after doing that. Really nice big stretch after that. Good. Now start to bring him back up to the working walk again. Now do a shoulder in down the next long side. He's got a little flat, so we're going to use the shoulder in to get him back up underneath you again. Remember, that's what the shoulder in is for. Good. Keep that. Getting a little more power in it. Good. Like that. Really good. Remember, sometimes it's your outside rein you want to use, not always just the inside. Good. Good. Keep that. Good walk now. Keep that. Now got a little flat on that turn, so a little bump of your legs, tap with your whip if you need to. That impulsion back underneath you as we prepare to trot. Keep his pull up. He's kind of dropped a little bit, so shorten your reins and bring him up just a little bit, but keep that power in the step. Soft to the jaw and pull. Now do a little bit of shoulder in on the next long side. I want to get him just a little bit rounder before we make the transition. So do a little bit of shoulder in there for a second. A couple of steps of shoulder in, keeping the pull up. There, good. Like that. Now start into a trot and right onto a circle from that position that you're in right there. Now go ahead and let him have a stretch all the way down. Just really get the trot swinging for a moment. Good, that's more like it. That give it a little bit, add a little power to it, like you're trying to lengthen a little bit to get him to push a little more behind. There you go, like that. Remember, it's not enough just to stretch the head and neck down. We've got to head and having the stretch just facilitates the back coming through, but doesn't mean it necessarily is. Like that. That's really good. Now, nice big trot there. Now bring his pole up and right onto a circle. So think about the shoulder in. Every circle you want to feel a little bit like you're putting him into a shoulder in to some degree. There you go. That's getting better. Good, good. Keep that around your circle. There, getting a little more power in it again. To soften there. And again. Wants to canter today. Back to a trot. There we go. Now, shoulder 4 down the next long side. Use the shoulder 4 again to get him back underneath himself, just like you did in the walk. Ask him to soften the jaw and pull a little more. You could be a little more active with your fingers there, asking them to soften. As long as you don't get into a fight. Stay on your circle. Let your hands come to the inside, remember, on your circle. Try to bring his forehand over so we get both ends of him on the circle. Horses tend to want to throw their shoulders outside the circle to make it easy for themselves. Now ask him to soften. Pretty good active trot. Now ask him to soften a little more. There you go, like that. Good job. Do that again. Kind of popped up out of it again. There. Good. There we go. It's getting better. Keep that. Ask again. Little top of your whip there. Go. There you go. Now you're getting it right there. Good. That's better. Take a large. Once again, try not to let him flatten as soon as you straighten up. Much better. Turn after the center line and do a leg yield to the right. So often, your reins are a little bit too loose right now. That's better. Now right onto a circle, keeping him a little shoulder 4 on that circle to maintain that position that you have there. Shoulders a little bit to the inside again. There, I like that. Much better there. Good. Ask him to soften a little bit. Now be careful of trying to pull your inside hand too much to the outside. Remember, we want to move him with your leg and not with the rein. Okay, that's better. Working that. Both hands should be a little bit to the inside. Yeah, much better now. Go large. That. Very nice. There. Keep that. Good. Now a little shoulder 4 down the next long side. Good job. Good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Change the rein across the next diagonal. Maintain the working trot. Good. Right away, stretch up. Try to maintain that same frame. And circle here at this end once. Good. Ask him to soften his jaw and pull just a little bit more. He's got a little bit flat on that circle. Now shoulder 4 down the next long side. There you go. Good. Good. There you go. Like that. Good job right there. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. And go large. Try to maintain it the same. Try not to let him shift his shoulders out towards the outside of the arena there. You come straight. Try to straighten him a little bit with your outside rein in front of you. Okay, keep that. Turn after the center line and do a leg yield to the left. Good. Very good. Very good. Now right onto a 20-meter circle. Look to the left, but don't let him just throw his shoulders to the outside. Keep softening him, both ends on the same circle. There. Keep that. So there you go, right there. Really good. Keep that. Go large. Down the next long side, lengthen the stride a little bit. So think of getting a little more energy in him right now, and then you're going to take a longer stroke, touch with your seat, and then your seat actually pushes a little further. There you go. Wow, look at that. Good job. Good job. Now stretch up and slow it down underneath you again. And shoulder forward down the next long side. Really good. Really good. And shoulder forward again. Very nice. Right there. Excellent. Excellent work. Turn by the center line at this end and leg yield to the left. Good. Good. Very nice. Keep that. Very nice. Go large again. Keep them up. There. Very good. And again, shoulder forward down the next long side. Excellent. 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 Change the rein across the next diagonal. Maintain the working frame. That's where you have it. Really nice. Shoulder forward down the next long side. That's it. Soften it. There you go. Very good. Very good. Circle at this end. Maintain that working trot. Don't let him flatten as you start onto the circle. There. Really good. Really good. Keep that. Good. And go large again. Really good. Right there. Keep that. And again, shoulder forward on the next long side. Got a little flat in that corner. There you go. Good. Soften him just that little bit more. The side's a little harder than the other side. Good. And change the rein across the diagonal again, maintaining the working frame. Right there. Shoulder forward again on the next long side. Got a little flat coming across there. Tap with your leg, get back underneath you again, and soften him back into that working frame. Like that. There you go. Good. Now circle there in the center. And now give him a stretch all the way down. Very nice. Looking for that. Really nice. Keep that going around your circle. Excellent work. Excellent. Keep that for a moment. Really nice. Staying on the circle, bring him back up again. So as you bring him up, think of go a little bit shoulder forward on your circle. That will help you get that inside hind leg, pushing his back up. And then ask him to soften back into the contact again. Very nice. And again, go large. Keep that trot. And again, shoulder 4 on the next long side. Very nice, right there, beautiful. And change the rein on the next diagonal. Shoulder 4 on the next long side. Remember to correct your rising diagonal. Good. And now let's give them a stretch all the way down in this direction. Big circle here. Really good. Really good. Really nice. I like that. Excellent work. Keep that for a moment. Another circle around, just letting him maintain that. And now bring him back up again. And go large. Very nice. Shoulder 4 on the next long side. There, good. Very nice. Go and soften just a little more. Is it a little bit above the bridle there? Is he dying on you? And go back to the stretch again for a moment, then we'll bring it back up. Good. Good. Really nice there. Now bring them back up again. So, of course, in the old days, when we were just beginning, we would have stopped when we got a good stretch to reward that. Now, when we stop, we're always going to, most of the time anyway, we're going to stop him when he's up in the working position, because that's what we're working on. That's the hardest thing. Get a little more flexion. Ask him to soften a little more. Almost there. Good. Good. Better. Keep that. And go large. In the middle of the short side, ask him to walk. Begin to soften him. And right away into that working walk. We can pull up a little bit. Try not to let him flat those last couple of moments here. See if we can get him a good working walk on your circle here. Good, like this. There we go. Right there. Good. Good job. Very nice. And softening a little bit above the bridle right now, so add a little bit more power. He's probably getting tired now. How long we've probably the longest we've ever worked him. Keep that going. And go ahead down the next long side, and you're going to stop halfway down the long side. We're going to do one more rein back. Try to keep him up in the bridle there a little bit. And I'm going to talk you through it. So just stretch up and let him halt when you're halfway down the long side. Halting there. And now think about it. You're going to bring your upper body forward so your seat lightens. Both legs are going to go back. And then you're just going to close your fingers. So when you close your legs, there you go. Another step. Perfect. One more step. Close your legs again. One more time. All right, we'll stop with that. He did that really enough. That's really nice. Just now walk forward again for a moment. There you go. Go good. We go. Once we get past the moment, don't try to do that again. So we try because we want to capture that energy that we had in the flow. Let him go ahead and stretch now. And let him stretch all the way out and really stretch that walk going large and really show me a big swinging walk to finish up with. Good. Now lengthen the walk down the next long side in that stretch. Really show me a big walk. Keep that going. And go ahead and change across the diagonal, keeping that big swinging walk going. And as you reach the end of the diagonal, start to bring him back up into a working walk. And ask him to soften the jaw and pull just a little bit more. Go ahead and do a shoulder forward down the next long side just to get it right where you want it. That's coming nicely now. Now let him straighten on the rail. And ask him to halt. And now just at that halt, just soften him with your reins a little bit. Just see if he'll just soften his jet like that. Good. Very good. And then you can stop with that and dismount. Very, very nice. Of course, I left you on the wrong side to dismount. You can go ahead and step off the rail there a bit. You got enough room? Should have had you the other way. Sorry about that. There you go. You got it. Very nice. And come over and turn your mic and we'll talk about that. That was wonderful.
That was really great.
What a great ride that was, wasn't
Yeah.
it? I mean, that was the trot, the best frame you've had, really impulse, really super stretches after the working trot. That could not be nicer than it was. And you can begin to, don't do it every day, but you can begin to add that rein back in, from time to time. And don't, once it's the first steps we're looking for when we're keeping that impulsion. So if he gets, don't let it get, and then try to crank him back with your hands. Just go ahead and move forward again and try again. So we want it to come the right, but he responded really well. It won't be long before he.
Yeah.
That also shows me that he's beginning to have real impulsion. When they rein back from your leg, it shows you that they're really beginning to understand this whole concept, and you're beginning to be able to control the flow of the energy through the horse.
Yeah.
Really great work today. Absolutely fantastic. Any
really
questions?
Great. Yeah. He's quite sweaty right now. I could tell he was getting
Yeah,
a little, like at the end going, oh my God, I can't do this anymore, So.
Well, we've been going for an hour and a half with him now, over an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, we did that little thing, but that was really great. Probably the longest he's worked, and really, really super work today. So very, very good.
Thanks,
Any other
Will.
questions?
No,
You are welcome.
Thank you so
All
much.
right.
So
I'll
Wednesday this week, right?
Yeah.
I'll see you guys Wednesday at 3 o'clock when we'll see the two of them then, and this rider's going to work out. I look forward to seeing that. That'll be great.
Great.
All right, you guys.
Thank
Stay
you.
warm and dry and all the rest, and I'll see
You
you next
too.
week. Great
Sounds
job.
good. Thanks.
so much.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You did a great job, Calvin. Oh my God, that was a long lesson for him.